And that's when I said, well, then maybe you need to pay attention to the road and leave me alone and do your job. And I hung up.
Right now at 11 o'clock, another account of the moments leading up to that deadly limo fire on the San Mateo Bridge. Good evening, I'm Diane Dwyer. Terry McSweeney has the night off. The estranged wife of that limo driver involved in a fiery accident that killed 5 women on the San Mateo Bridge is breaking her silence. And she's making some startling claims about her husband, the driver, including an accusation that he was talking to her on his cell phone and was distracted just minutes before the limo burst into flames. NBC Bay Area's Monty Francis is near the San Mateo Bridge with what she had to say. Monty?
Well, Dan, good evening. Rachel Hernandez-Brown says she was arguing with her husband on the phone in the minutes before the tragedy, and she's raising concerns that he was too distracted to react quickly when the limo burst into flames.
And I started yelling, oh my gosh, turn it down. Turn the freaking music down.
Rachel Hernandez-Brown tells NBC Bay Area that her husband, Orville Brown, even turned up the music as she argued with him on the phone, so the women in the back of the limo couldn't hear them fighting.
He cussed, cussing me out, saying, would you listen to me? I can't really talk because I have, clients in the car, and I can't be unprofessional. And that's when I said, well, then maybe you need to pay attention to the road and leave me alone and do your job.
What remains unclear is if an argument slowed his response when one of the passengers started pounding on the closed partition. A new bride and 4 of her friends died in the May 4th fire on the San Mateo Bridge, the cause of which is still under investigation. 4 other women escaped. Survivor Nelia Ariano told us in a May 6th interview that Brown was on the phone when the limo was filling with smoke.
The smoke, and then the fire came out and said there's already a fire and stop the cars.
In an interview with NBC Bay Area's Cheryl Hurd just days after the fire, Brown expressed grief for the victims, and later his attorney denied that Brown was on the phone at the time of the fire. Brown said a language barrier and a misunderstanding prevented him from pulling over sooner.
Thinking that she's saying, she'd like to smoke because they weren't panicking.
Hernandez-Brown describes a volatile relationship with Brown, saying they split up a month before the fire. And earlier, on the day of the fire, police were called to a Walgreens parking lot where the two had argued, and Brown allegedly kicked his wife's car. When reached by phone today by NBC Bay Area, Orville Brown responded to his estranged wife's claims by saying, quote, I have no comment other than to say there will be a full investigation. And Hernandez-Brown says that investigators still have not contacted her. I heard from the San Mateo County District Attorney tonight, and he says his office is following up on her claims. Live in San Mateo, Monty Francis, NBC Bay Area News.
Monty, thank you.